Hey guys, Trent here from SpineWise. Thank you for joining me here today. So I want to have a quick chat to you today, a little bit different, a little bit more casual today. So I want to talk to you today a little bit about when you should really seek help for something. Rob, myself and Michael just finished our weekly practitioner meeting where we go through different things that we're seeing, cases, things that are going on, difficult situations, things like that. So we've just finished our meeting for today, and there's a few little things that we brought up that were kind of a little bit concerning for us that we've been seeing recently. And the biggest one is people just leaving things too late, and it's becoming a bigger and bigger problem. So what we're seeing is that with the issues that are associated with lockdown and the issues that are associated with having a high stress, high anxiety life, a lot of people are now starting to leave things off and not prioritize things. So it's kind of like when we get back open again, the priority is, get kids back to school, get work going again, get our finances back in order. These seem to be the big priority. And then when we're in lockdown, the priority then is actually homeschooling kids and all the other things that go with it. So we're finding that more and more people are starting to leave their health-related issues or pain-related issues until later. And kind of not being so important, and I can quite well understand that. I know I'm a parent myself, Michael is as well. So it's very, very easy for us to understand where you guys are coming from in that situation, and how easy it is to neglect the simple things until it starts affecting our quality of life. So what we really want to make sure is that there's just some key things that you've got down in place to recognize that there is an issue here that needs to be really checked out. And the first one is to understand that any pain longer than 12 weeks has the potential of becoming what we call a chronic pain syndrome. So ideally, you don't want to leave anything longer than 12 weeks under any circumstance, and that is until it's corrected. So you need to have time for things to be dealt with and taken care of. So really, if you're in pain or have any kind of discomfort for more than 4 to 6 weeks, this now needs to become a priority and you really need to get it checked. Us here, we're still open. We made the commitment right back in the first lockdown, if you remember back 12 months, or more than 12 months ago now, 14, 15 months ago now, that we would do everything possible to look after you guys. So we've got measures in place here to make sure everything is safe in terms of the way of cleaning things, disinfecting things, and we're following guidelines as well. But we said we would always be there to try and help everyone in the community as much as we possibly can, especially here in Maidstone. So the first thing we really understand with that I really want to get clear to you guys is if you've had pain for 4 to 6 weeks, it's now time to act. And when I say pain, I'm talking about like you've got really chronic pain, like you've twisted an ankle type thing. I'm saying that even little things, if you've gotten up one morning and the neck's a bit stiff, if you've hit the 4-week mark, you really, really need to go and get something done with it right now. This is all of a sudden has a chance to lead to chronic pain patterns, which can be very hard to reverse in a lot of people because now we start talking about neurological changes with it. So that's the first thing. The second one to look at is if you've had any changes in your quality of life at all. So if it's stopping you from doing something, it's obviously going to start creating stress, and if it's creating stress, it's going to create a problem for you. So in these circumstances, we just need to make sure that you're getting it checked. And again, it doesn't necessarily mean that you need a whole massive program of care or anything like that. We just need to ensure that we can get you functional again. Stress has a way of creeping up and building up, and then as it creeps up and builds up, all of a sudden it can start having major issues later on, which again become quite hard to correct and can become quite confronting to deal with. We've had several patients here over the last couple of weeks who have had these little niggles that have just started up around November, December, January, and they've just kind of built up, and then one thing's led to the next thing, that led to the next thing. We've had an accumulation of problems, and now we're talking about having major problems that we need to try and rectify. Okay, so the second one is really, really important as well. If it's affecting your quality of life, you need to get assessed immediately. The third one is the obvious one, and that is that if you're in absolute pain and you're actually losing function at that point, like say you've rolled over or you've been running around the kids out in the oval, you tripped over and you've done an ankle and you can't weight bear on it, get it checked immediately. Same as with the back. If you've been kicking the footy and you come out and your back's really sore, you wake up in the morning and the neck's really sore, these need to be checked immediately, basically because there's a potential for risk of other major issues going on as well that are not 100% related to what you're noticing or feeling in terms of neurological damage, spinal damage, fractures, ligament tears, things like that, which may potentially require immobilization or things like that in the short term to get you a good result and prevent a long-term injury as well. And finally, the last one, of course, is the one where if you need to take medication, you need to get things checked. Likewise, if you're having any major form of neural signs, if you're getting numbness, pins and needles, sensory changes, anything like this, these need to be checked. They just have to be checked. You cannot leave them. I said we're open still at the moment, and even if you can't come down, we can chat to you over the phone or similar, just to ascertain whether there is a potential problem that needs to be further investigated. If there isn't, fantastic, we don't need to look at things any further, but if there is, then we can make steps to getting you into the office straight away to actually taking care of you and getting the results that you want and you need. So anyway, guys, hopefully you're surviving lockdown okay. Hopefully all is fine with you. If you do have any issues, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm here in the office as per normal. So if you need to reach out to me, reach out to me. You can ring me on the phone or send me a message via Facebook or via email system, whatever's easiest for you. And that way I'll do my best to help you in any way, shape or form that I can. Anyway, guys, have a fantastic week. Keep your chin up. Don't worry about the lockdown. Just ignore it and go on living as if it wasn't in place. There's plenty of things you can do you can find at home that you've been talking about for ages that you haven't done or that you want to do, things you want to do with the kids. So with lockdown going on, I hope you're doing okay. I had an interesting situation here with a patient just recently who went and saw a psychologist who was asking her about her value set. And one of the things she keeps talking about is wanting to spend more time at home, wanting to spend more time at home, just so she can be with the kids more. And now all of a sudden lockdown's come around, she's all stressed that, now she's home, she can't do anything. And it's like, well, hang on, isn't this what you've really been wanting to achieve for all this last period of years? So we just need to change our mindset a little bit sometimes, and it can help you out a heap. Okay, so just be mindful of that heading forward in lockdown, that hey, it's only a short period of time. And it gives you the chance to do all the things you want to do at home, so let's get them done now while we've got the opportunity to do so. But remember, if you need help, just reach out, always here to help you. Anyway, catch you in the next video. See you guys, bye for now.